call the Fremont Town Council meeting to order. Welcome, everybody. First order of business, housekeeping issue is the election of officers. For that, we do a president and a vice president. We can take nominations for both, or we can turn around and do a motion that will accept those that we currently have.
I would like to make a motion, we continue with the same officers we were there.
I have a motion from Barry that we continue with the same officer that we currently have. Those officers are myself as president, with Bill as vice president. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. I guess that was pretty simple. Next item. Approval of minutes. This would be for the December 16th, 2025 meeting and also the December 29th, 2025 meeting, which was the special meeting that we had before the end of the year to clean things up. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve the minutes.
I have a motion by Bill to approve both sets of minutes. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second by Ashley. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item, claims, payroll, comp time, fund, and appropriation reports. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
I have a motion by Barry to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ashley. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Old business. DLZ would be in the old business.
Just a couple
Would you like
quick
to give
things.
us your updates?
Yes, just a couple quick things. API is planning on starting on the street project. They're shooting for mid-February to start doing pipe work. That includes the alley as well. And then they'll stone all that back up and continue on with what they can until the asphalt plant opens. So, but then we hit the ground running first thing. So, and then lastly, we've got our agreement, our contract renewal for the year.
Okay, we've got the new DLZ contract for 2026. It has a 2.4% increase. Any questions on the contract? Do we have a motion to approve the contract for DLZ?
So moved to approve the contract for DLZ.
I have a motion from Bill. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Scott. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Anything else? Okay. Next item is Resolution 2026-01. This is a resolution of the Town Council for the Town of Fremont declaring the interest in the purchase of a specific piece of real estate, which is 104 East Toledo. Any questions on that resolution? Do I have a motion to pass the resolution 2026-01?
So moved.
I have a motion by Scott. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Ashley. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Attached to that, you folks were sent the roof estimate. This is a 20-year roof, and it needs to be noted that it has to be 40 degrees day and night for several days before it can be done. Also the fact that the back end of that, depending on this type of weather that we have this time of year, the kind of roof you're gonna do right now because of the degrees, so that back end's gonna have to be tarped. But we would like that roof done as soon as possible. You got a couple choices here. This is a Conklin roof system. You can accept this, go ahead and pass it, or you can choose to go out and get another one. You can do it with stipulations as far as tarping it. And make sure that the roof is not, we're not waiting on them to do it, that we get put down the line on it. Any questions on that estimate? And that's for $26,071.43 with 50% due at signing.
Is this the only estimate you were able to get?
Well, I didn't hear back from the other,
Yeah.
there were 2 others, but.
Any discussion? Do you wanna go ahead and,
I assume he's gonna sub this out.
pardon?
Is he gonna sub this out?
I don't think so.
Huh?
When he talked, he's doing himself.
Yeah, the way he talked when we sat there, he's doing it.
It seemed like a pretty good price for the size of the room.
I didn't see.
Well, it also includes heat treat, those seams. I never read it. Sounds pretty good.
It's pretty reasonable.
Do you wanna go with that estimate?
That'd be good.
Okay, can I have a motion to approve this estimate, and do you wanna put any contingencies on it as far as tarping and getting it done as soon as possible?
Yeah, was he gonna put a tarp on that one corner?
Yeah,
Or try to?
he said he's gonna get over there tomorrow. He said it'd be before he could give us what that's gonna
Right.
cost. It'll take 2 days, and then they'll put some 2x4, so there's gonna be
Just
some
to hold
material and expense on there to, what he said it'd be tomorrow before he could even get that figure to us. But I would guess it's not gonna be that astronomical, so.
Right. I'll make a motion to approve this estimate.
Okay, so I've got a motion from Scott to accept this estimate. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Barry. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. New business utility credits.
You just have your 1 month of credit.
We have a motion to approve the utility credits. Have a motion by Ashley. Do I have a second? Second by Bill. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We have a listing of checks, outstanding checks that are 2 years old. Normally, this is something we do every year.
We're required, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
We're
go
required
ahead.
by the state board of accounts to do this every January.
Do I have a motion to go ahead and take care of those checks that are 2 years old?
So,
Have a motion by Barry. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Scott. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Boat purchase.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you serious? Boat purchase?
Yeah, you should have a quote before you to purchase a new fire rescue boat. The funds would come from the special donation account from being donated by Clear Lake Township and Jamestown Township.
And it looks like it has everything on it, from a pumper to the whole bit.
Correct. Yep.
Any questions for Eric on the boat?
The funds for this were covered by both township, basically?
Correct. Yep. A
Nothing
donation
on the town.
made directly for the fire rescue boat from Clear Lake Township, and the remainder of the sums would come from a donation that was left over from Jamestown Township later last year.
and we keep the boat right here,
The new one?
anyway.
The new one and the old one will be currently, or stay housed at the fire department for right now. An agreement will be drawn up with Kathy and myself and the Steuben County Underwater Rescue and Recovery Team for some type of lease agreement for them to maintain and operate the old boat as long as they continue to be in existence and serving Steuben County. So, the both boats will continue to be housed here.
For us as well, so.
So move to approve the vote for the
Have a motion by Bill to approve the purchase of the boat. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ashley. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Next item, Town of Fremont, to advertise for the position of town manager. We have worked and came up with a job description. You also have a chart that shows the workings of the employees and who they talk to, minimum requirements, etc. Does anybody have any questions on the town manager? Do I have a motion to advertise for town manager?
So,
Have a motion by Barry, do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second by Ashley, all those in favor?
aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Fremont was also looking for one. I see they've got an ad out.
Oh. Okay. You have a request for purchasing of 144 meters for the town. They're replacing them. Keeps them busy. Do you have any questions on that quote? We actually need to make the purchase. Do I have a motion? That we can make the, I have a motion by Ashley. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Barry. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is EMS contracts. On the basis of that letter that came through, which was a very nice letter, for the 2025 fire responses, are those two figures yours?
Correct.
Okay,
There should be one for general EMS and one for motor vehicle accidents.
yeah, you had 330 medical calls and 55 vehicle accidents and 0 traumatic.
So the way we figure our EMS calls generated by our NIFR software, the traumatic injuries are in there with the EMS assist. So there's probably a few traumatic injuries throughout the year, but it's just calculated in the first category for that.
Yeah. So we
And that figure roughly minuses close to some of the EMS calls that occur outside the state of Indiana. So there's probably a few more.
Okay. So we have the 2026 contracts that need approval to be signed. Once they're signed, they'll send it back in and they'll cut the checks.
Correct.
And
And the check will be based off of last year's run numbers for the amount. It's pretty much paying for last year. They're kind of a year behind on it.
any questions on that? Do I have a motion to approve the signing of the EMS contracts?
So,
I have a motion by Barry. Do I have a second? A second by Ashley. All those in favor?
aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Your Michigan radio contract. It's a big one.
It's a big one. I submitted that to Kathy to have her look over that. This is a relatively new thing. We've never entered into any type of agreement like this. I feel the agreement's more just giving us the opportunity to be on their system. I don't think there's a ton of legalities behind it. It's like a user's agreement stating that we'll use some of their channels outside of the state of Indiana, but confined to like the county of Hillsdale. So we don't know a cost of it yet because the cost is per radio for us. We won't have a multi-payment type situation where if they were buying us radios, our current radios will work on it. So the way we were explained is it'll be a one-time cost of, I think it's $250 per radio or something like that, to have 3 to 4 of their operational channels put into our radios to have fire communications and 911 communications with Hillsdale County. Our command staff and radio guys haven't put together yet our tactical part of it, to include how many radios that we're going to do that. I would say all of them, but it's a little more on the expensive side, but I think we can reduce that by 50% of the handhelds being programmed and all the mobile radios and base stations being programmed.
It kind of seems like as close as we are to the Michigan line, this is something that would be beneficial.
Correct. Branch County did something similar, but we were left out of that situation and their system was different. So what Branch County did to allow us to have radio communications in the event of emergencies or us responding to calls, they gave us one of their radios. Hillsdale County, because it's the same exact radio, the same exact system, chose to do the interoperability agreement to only be able for us to put their channels in our radio. We respond to probably 10 to 15 emergencies mutual aid wise inside Hillsdale County, representing 2 or 3 different agencies over there. Currently, the way we operate, we have no radio communications with them. So we feel that it's important.
Do we have an estimate of how many radios we would bring over? You said 250 per radio?
So if we do the base station and the mobiles, I think that's 8. We talked about the command staff radios and half of the department's handheld radios, which would be another 12, so around 20, roughly. We have to have our communications guy work with them to make sure the way we're thinking that the channels can be put into our radios, and if it becomes too complicated, then we'll reduce the amount of radios that are being programmed from that, or for their county.
So you're looking at about 4.
Yeah.
I think our radio budget annually is around 10,000.
So there's plenty of money in the budget.
And there would be no projections unless something broke or became inoperable. All the pagers are brand new, the radios are relatively new, so we feel that that part of our budget could handle this project.
Any more questions for Harry?
If you do want to proceed, then I would ask that you make the motion contingent on Kurt's review, formal review on that agreement.
Okay,
Okay, I'll make a motion
contingent.
contingent on Kurt's review, with the maximum being $5,000.
Thank you.
Okay, there's a motion out there that is contingent upon Kurt reviewing the contract and a maximum payment of no more than $5,000 to put that into the radios. Do I have a second? Second by Ashley. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The Bobcat purchase is on here. All we have so far is information that has been given to us verbally. So until we get the information in writing, my suggestion is that we table this until next month. Sound right?
I like that idea.
Okay, so we're gonna table it. Next item, approval to advertise for a full-time police officer. Joe?
If you would, would like to take applications for probably up to the second week of February. That way, working with Kathy, when the full-time position actually comes open, to replace that, to have you guys to be able to at least have 3 or 4 candidates to interview and be ready to go when she says that position is open, that we can get it filled as quick as possible. So especially going into summertime, if we waited until February, March, we would not have somebody hired until probably just before Music Fest, and we don't really want to shock them on their first day there.
We realize it doesn't happen overnight.
Yes. So yeah, to do the background investigations, and check with each person that applies and see if they pass the physical fitness standards. We would need to get going on this as soon as possible to be able to provide you guys with the proper people that are up for interview for you to make a decision on who would you like here to replace that open spot.
I can presume it's probably time to have a motion to begin the advertising for a full-time police officer. Motion by Barry, do I have a second? Second by Ashley, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Department reports, fire.
You should have a copy of our monthly and our annual report.
Yes, annual, 711 calls.
Yeah.
That is biggie.
Much more manageable year.
At least the majority are between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m.
We appreciate that.
Okay, any questions for Eric on his reports? Police, we have your year-end report.
Yes, my usual response, he's here, but I'll say it. If you would like to transfer any fire department money to the police department, I would appreciate that very much.
Let's see, I can see you were up this
Yes,
past
it was-
year.
It was busy. Some of the things, if you look in the office and, haven't had any here recently, but our evidence room is stacking up with, products from just over the line, so we're trying, that's what we've been doing here for the last month.
Burning
It's gonna be burned. I'll wait for a windy day. I'm not gonna tell you where.
Any questions for Joe and Harris? Next is zoning. Total year 40 permits.
Yep.
Given out for the year 2025. We sent out letters, anything to ask Becky with regards to zoning. And the next would be street.
Nothing to add.
Streets look good. Oh, very nice. Water. Water looks
Nothing
good.
to add. Stern gears.
I don't know if it would be for street or water. The intersection just north of my house.
Perfect.
I don't know.
Or north. Albion.
Albion,
Okay.
I think it is. The one day I was walking uptown and I'd seen the cap for the water line shut off, was laying up in the yard, snowplow kicked it up.
Okay.
So I put it back in. I don't know if you need to check it to see if it's heaved or if it's got any crap down in there that shouldn't have been,
Okay.
but I was gonna bring that up to you.
Yep, appreciate it.
Okay, wastewater and park, you have both those reports. The only other couple of things as far as Dora, you know, Dora's been approved. We're working on getting the signs, the cups, and the wristbands. So those will be ready when Dora kicks in May 1st to November 1st, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. As far as the dog park, the signs are done and they will be installed, I'm going to presume, in the next few days. We have hopefully 2 murals going in. We're working with artists on both those murals. Matter of fact, we've got an appointment tomorrow morning on the one. And I want to thank Kathy for giving us the breakdown of all the committees and everybody that's on it, when they expire, and that was very helpful. And thank you to the town employees, because I think the town looks pretty good as far as snow and streets look good, so. They did a fabulous job putting the meter in my basement.
Hey, mine too,
Yes, very neatly done.
especially since my shop doesn't work, sorry.
Yeah. Any questions for anybody? Any other comments? Comments, sir?
No, I have not.
Okay. Do I have a motion here?
one that we had to do, wait a second, we got?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, wait a second reading. Motion to waive second reading. Second. Second, all right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Do we have a motion to adjourn? Motion to adjourn, do I have a second? Second. Second, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Adjourn.